Hey yo, it's Hip Hop DJ DjDternal 88. What's going on, y'all? So we're gonna get into Lil Yachty and Karrahbooo situation. That's Lil Yachty's artists and academics. I'll break it down a little bit. But first, I'm gonna get into a few fast things real quick. First one is Jim Jones saying he would drink his wife's Chrissy drink her bath water and shit. I ain't gonna lie. She said she posted a post and said, "I'm just drinking water and minding my business. This is what it looks like." At her age, she looked good as hell. And I don't mean that no disrespectful way, but she really does. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jim Jones, man. He's smart for that one. But then we got Soulja Boy dissing Drake, but then saying, like, really disrespecting Drake. Like, fuck you, all type of stuff. And then a minute later, like a couple hours later, he says, it ain't Drake, it's the people around him. Well, then why disrespect Drake then to begin with? And then Top5 posts a picture of Soulja Boy and some weird looking person. And he's like, oh, you wouldn't last a day in my neighborhood. So, Soulja Boy, you might be getting this off in the sub. You don't really want to. But anyway, man, then we got Lil Durk, man. This is sad. He was gonna have a bond hearing, which I don't know if he is or not now, but he got hit with more charges, stalking that leaded to a death. And that's a superseding indictment, and it says in the indictment, which means basically a superseding indictment is another indictment on top of the other one. So they're saying in that his lyrics, him saying they're using lyrics to try him, is baseless. They got way more evidence. He's a flight risk, a danger to society. He should not get bond. So it's not looking good for Lil Durk, man, and at all. And stalking that led to a death, that just sounds really bad. I ain't gonna lie, man. That sounds bad. Guess everybody said prayer for Durk, prayer for the victim's family too, though. So, you know, I don't know, man. This shit is just sad that the rappers these days take it to this extent. Like, I don't know. I ain't really with it. But then we got Lil Yachty and Karrahbooo. So this is what she's saying about the whole situation. I'm going to play that part first, and then we'll get into Lil Yachty's response. But first, I'm going to play a video of her real quick and just look at her mannerisms. And Lil Yachty did say she's kind of like crazy a little bit, you know what I mean? On academic stream, like she's like batshit crazy, he said. And if you look at her mannerisms in this, you can see like her jaws moving a certain type of way and all type of stuff. Check this out, y'all. Hit that like and subscribe. Let's get it.
My parents hate him. Ben hated him. I think my mom started hating him when I was his assistant. We were on the way to Rolling Loud. We got in a car accident because the car hit my side, so I couldn't get out the car. Right when the car accident happened, everybody jumped out the car. All the boys and both, they jumped out the car, went into the other black car and drove off and left me stuck in the car by myself. So I had to climb out the window, and then I was just standing there stranded. Then I passed out and had to go to the hospital because I had a concussion. Nobody came to see me at the hospital. Nobody gave a fuck. So my mom hates him for that.
And she put that video out, you know what I mean? She had to have seen how her jaw looks and how it's moving all crazy like that. It's almost like she wanted people to know she was doing something like illegal drugs or something. You know what I mean? This shit look crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Now, is she telling the truth there? Who knows? Nobody knows if Yachty really left her in a car at a car accident or whatever. Yachty didn't say he did that, so I don't know. But this is what she said to academics then, basically about her wanting to get out of the deal with him. But I guess she has to return jewelry and like some other things to get him to release her to another label. So it's like a messy situation. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about this. Hit that like and subscribe. Let's get it.
Can I ask you a question? And
Yes.
because I'm going off your words, you said, they're preventing you from dropping music. Have you asked him or the label? Because
Yes.
say, hey, could I drop this? And have they said no?
For sure. They were like, okay, yeah, sure. Well, first it took months for that to even get to a point till I got a new manager who was like on it and shit, like who was able to communicate with them. I was like, a couple months ago when me and Bo was getting back cool and was communicating. So then I could actually say, like, what's up? Like, why? Like, can I just drop music? And then he was like, okay, but we just had to go through the little process or whatever. So I kept asking. And then we fell out. And then I kept asking, and then they wasn't getting responses from legal. So, like, I didn't, like, what the fuck? What does that mean? If legal's asking, can I release music? What's up with this release? And there's no response. And then, like, weeks are going by, then months are going by. Like, so, like, what does that mean?
Okay,
That means I could drop?
Okay, so what you're explaining to me is that there's like a breakdown in communication, right? You ain't really trying to talk to this nigga. You're also trying to drop music, but you're reaching out to try to drop music. They ain't telling you shit. And you're an artist, so at the end of the day, timing is a thing. You got to put some shit up. And then when you try to put it out, it always gets blocked, right? That's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what she's saying. She don't want to stay signed to Lil Yachty, but she wants to drop music. But I guess she has to, like, according to Lil Yachty, return some things. But she's saying they're not even returning her calls or anything like that. This is a really odd situation. They say they're just friends. But why is it so personal when it's business? It seems real personal to me. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they should be able to get through something like this. Same as academics were saying. It makes you wonder if them two actually had more of a relationship going on than what they're putting out to the public. You know what I mean? Because why is it so personal? But this is Lil Yachty's response to that. She was on stream with academics. Then academics called Yachty, and this is what he had to say. Hit that like and subscribe. Let's get it.
And yelling. We was talking because we did get back to a point where we was getting cool. But then it got weird again. See what I'm saying? By the way, the whole thing about the whole, like, his management was my management. Man, Coach managed her for the smallest period of time, bro. And then stopped. And then she still started getting managed by Geoff. Like, what are we talking about? Huh? I ain't never, bro, bro, I've got nothing from this, bro. To this day, I swear to God, my mama, I've never made $1 off of care, bro. Real shit.
I remember.
Quick question. If he never made $1 off her, then what's the big deal to let her go and sign to somebody else? I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to let y'all hear the rest of the response. Let's get it.
You're not like an artist that fucking need another artist to make you bread. Like, nigga, you're way successful on your fucking own. Like, you write, you produce, you make your own music. Like, you don't need another artist. You're not just like an executive that need the artist to succeed for you to make money. Like, you make money on your own. Which, at that point, you probably think, like, why the fuck am I putting all my time and energy behind other people? Let me just channel into my own self.
I guess, nigga. I don't know what you're saying right now. So,
Yo, how can we resolve this, Yachty? Come on, man. Yo, it got to the point even today. Yo,
is you drinking?
Huh?
Is you drinking?
No, bro. I'm explaining this shit like you're not understanding how I'm explaining. Yo, today I was just like, yo, I hope these two never fuck this. Like, it feel like this is too personal with y'all, my nigga. And I know, like,
I put on my bro. Come on, bro.
No.
I don't even
said
feel like that, bro.
No. The only thing the public is looking at is to say, this happens all the time in the music business. Why the fuck can't this be resolved? It's a 2-minute conversation. You put the lawyers on.
It's not even a real problem, bro. She just acting crazy, bro. It's like I get my shit. We sign a thing, bro. That's it. It ain't nothing to it, bro. There's nothing else to it. Ain't nobody. I'm finna go up the elevator. I'm gonna lose you, man.
See, I told you, academic said he wonders if they were actually, like, having a relationship, like a, you know, sexual relationship. Like, because honestly, it does kind of seem like that. Because why is Yachty getting so upset? Like, he's hanging up on Ak. He hung up on him. He said, I'm going to get with you later, twin. I'm getting, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's obviously getting irritated about the situation. I guess her putting him out there and saying bad stuff about him, like letting her in a car and when there was a car accident, leaving her there, and, you know, all the other stuff that she's putting out there about him not necessarily being a good dad or some crazy shit like that, but he's actually a good dad. From what I've seen, and from what other people said, you know what I mean? And from what he said. So I guess her bashing him probably is what pissing him off, but from the outside looking in, it definitely looks like it's some kind of personal thing that maybe we may not know about going on here. Y'all think Lil Yachty should just let her sign to somebody else, or should she have to give his stuff back? You know what I mean? Maybe she should just give him his stuff back. Like, but who knows what's true and who's lying, and you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm trying to say? So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Hit that like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and we out.